Hey everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another round of Arkham Horror, the card game, as we confront the curse of the Rougarou. A curse which has attached itself to Jenny. She hungers, and she's got to she's got to damage things each turn or take horror, which is going to be very tricky if enemies don't pop up. We kind of maybe would sort of like her to get attacked by monsters so she can fight them back and not lose horror. Of course, she might lose horror from the monsters. Who knows? Yes, we have the Rougarou here hanging around in the overgrown cairns. We can't actually do anything with it because it is aloof, and the only way to confront it is to engage with it, and the only way to engage with it is by spending a clue. Yeah, by spending a clue, and then we can actually do stuff to it. We want to kill it, or the act card hints that there may be another way that we can examine by flipping the card over once we engage it. So we're going to be looking for clues so we can actually do something with it. So yeah, we'll get into it, and we will start, as always, with the dreaded Mythos phase. Right, first step, add a third Doom to the agenda card. It doesn't flip over for another couple of turns, unless there's a way for Doom to appear from encounter cards or something. I have no idea. Speaking of encounters, time for the encounter cards, and we will start with our lead investigator, Jenny. Here we are in Jenny's play area. She's got Curse of the Rougarou on her. There's apparently no way to get rid of, but she will have an encounter. It's not a monster, so she won't be fighting anything and taking horror, I guess. As a result, treachery ripples on the surface. It's a terror. Revelation, test willpower against 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. If you are at a bayou location, which she is, you cannot commit cards to this skill test. Oh well. There are dangers deep within the mire you can only begin to imagine. Okay, we do have an option though. We've got the physical training, which will allow us, at this point, as a free action, to spend resources to improve our willpower. So maybe we'll do that. Says it is she's got 3. We'd need to grab we need to pull a 0 or better. Tell you what, we are going to spend, she's got 2 resources, we're going to go ahead and spend those. I don't want her to take more horror than she needs to, because the curse is going to keep sapping that away. So that puts her at a 5 willpower versus, even worse, oh yeah, that's right, there's the Spectral Mist, which makes all skill tests +1 difficulty. Okay, so yeah, definitely spend those 2 to get any kind of chance. So we need to pull, to get no horror, we need a -1 or better. Not looking. Aha, we got a +1. Yes, she takes no horror damage. Alright, that card goes away. Now we'll see what Ashcan Pete pulls. Alright, Pete. Treachery, insatiable lust, insatiable bloodlust. Revelation, attached to the Rougarou. Uh-oh. The Rougarou gains +1 fight, +1 damage, +1 horror, and cannot be evaded. Forced. After the Rougarou takes damage, we can discard it. Oh, that's awful. Hold on. Yes. Does this work? Yes, Ward of Protection, Spirit Spell. Fast, which means we can just play it as a reaction at any time we need to. Play when you draw a non-weakness treachery card. Cancel that card's revelation effect, then take 1 horror. Okay, we're going to do that. The Rougarou's hard enough as it is. Yes, this is a treachery card. Yep, it's not a weakness. So, revelation, it does not get attached to the Rougarou. That's going to cost us one resource to actually put into play. And it's going to cost us a sanity, but that is worth it, I think. That goes into his discard. Now, I think, yeah, Duke can take up to 3 horror on Pete's behalf. So we're going to go ahead and put that horror on Duke. He's still got a couple more sanity points left. We're okay. Ugh. That would have been awful. Alright. So next up, into investigation phase. And see if we can figure out what to do with our people. Okay, Jenny, for her first action, she does have 4, thanks to Leo DeLuca. For her first action, she's going to play her emergency cash, which costs 0, and that will get her 3 resources. But then, for her second action, we are going to play, we're going to spend those 3 resources to put her Derringer into play. So she can do some fighting if she needs to. So, item, weapon, firearm, illicit. It's going to have 3 uses, so we'll just put these straight onto here. As an action, spend 1 ammo, fight, you get +2 fight for this attack. If you succeed by 2 or more, you deal +1 damage. So we're going to do that. I'm going to spend 3 resources and then put 3 on here to track. So those are 2 of her 4 available actions. Now we're going to go to the map because we need to do some exploring to find a clue. Alright, for her next action, I'm going to send Jenny to the north. I'm going to see what we can find in the wilderness. So up here, we have the Forgotten Marsh, Wilderness Bayou. You warily eye the web of vines and blackened bog waters before you, and your heart sinks. You long for the comforts of home, and yet you press onward. So, go into the location, Forgotten Marsh location, to Forest. It's got a Shroud of 2, no clues, of course. Clues aren't going to be in the bayou at all, are they? We're going to have to go out to the sides. Forest, when you leave Forgotten Marsh, lose 2 resources. Oh, okay, well, Jenny doesn't have any at the moment because we used them up on her Derringer. So for her 4th action, we're going to go ahead and have her move and see if she can uncover some clues elsewhere. So left or right? Well, let's just go this way to an unidentified wilderness space. After hours of navigating through impenetrable fog and overgrowth, your clothes stick to your skin and you swat at what seems like at the 1000th mosquito. It's the Trapper's Cabin. There's no clues here. It's got a Shroud of 3. Wilderness. When you are at Trapper's Cabin, you cannot gain resources. That's where she's going to end her turn. So she won't get her 2 resources. As an action here, you can spend 5 resources to test your lore. I keep forgetting what these are called. Of 3 to convince an old trapper to sell you his last bear trap. If you succeed, take control of the set-aside bear trap asset. Okay. Well, that's her last action, so we're going to turn her over. Just so we know, we're going to have a look at the bear trap just to see what it is that's available. There's the bear trap asset. Keyword trap. Imagine that. Has a free action, attach bear trap to your location. Forced. After the Rougarou enters attached location, attach bear trap to the Rougarou. Attached enemy gets -1 fight and -1 evade. So that would be a good thing. But she doesn't have any resources, ironically, because it's Jenny. She's the one who should be absolutely loaded with them. Ashcan's got 5, but he'll have to go through the Forgotten Marsh and lose 2 on the way. Might have to spend a couple of actions to get some extra, get some extra resources so we can pick that up, because that sounds terribly useful. Alright, before we officially finish Jenny's turn, she did not deal any damage to anything, so she's going to take a horror. I'm going to add that to... Well, we still got a little time before we have to put that on Leo DeLuca. Okay, so that's 2 horror to her, leaving her with 5 sanity. Alright, we're done with Jenny now. Got to think about what to do with Ashcan Pete. Okay, I was initially thinking of sending Pete to the south part of our map, to New Orleans proper, but he's the one with all the resources, which makes no sense. He's just been very lucky in that. Hasn't spent too many. So if we want to get that bear trap, he needs to go up there. Of course, if we send him around, yeah, he's going to lose 2 and then not be able to get any. So let's try sending him to the other part of the wilderness. It's going to take up all his actions to get there. Oh dear, except when he goes back. Oh wait, no, it loops around, doesn't it? That's right, we can go straight from here to here, so we only need to cut through the Forgotten Marsh once. And then when he's here, maybe he can get some... Yeah, we'll get some resources next turn, and then he can go around and pick up the bear trap. Alright, so all 3 of his actions are going to be movement. He's going to move 1 there, 1 to the Forgotten Marsh, and 3 there. He does lose 2 resources while leaving the marsh. And hopefully this doesn't do something similar to our resources. It's the same text as the other wilderness card on that side. And here we have Twisted Underbrush. Oh, and there are clues. There are 2 clues here, so yay. We'll put those on after we place the card down. It's got a Shroud of 3. As an action, you can gain 2 resources, but then you also take a horror, which is not ideal for our low horror Pete and our dwindling horror Jenny. Well, can't do it this turn anyway. This region is covered in twisted plants that grow odd-looking berries. They look absolutely delicious. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, no, no, no. Do not eat strange plants when you're in a horror setting. Just don't. Alright, so we'll put the clues there. And that will conclude Pete's turn. So that brings us into the the upkeep phase. Oh no, it would be, sorry, monsters first. Although the Rougarou does not move because it's not a hunter. It's just gonna wander around the overgrown cairns until we go and bother it. And that's the only monster, so that ends the enemy phase. Now we go into the upkeep phase. Okay, there's nothing anywhere that needs refreshing. We don't need to. Yeah, there's nothing exhausted. So we'll go into collecting our resources and card. Well, Jenny's not gonna collect a resource. She's just gonna get a card. Unexpected Courage, which has got 2 wild cards. Maximum 1 committed per skill test. Well, yeah, no kidding, because that's really good. Sometimes the most selfless acts can come from the strangest places. All right, so there's that, and she gets no resources hanging around the trapper's cabin. So let's see what Pete draws. All right, Pete is going to get a Shriveling Spell. Costs 3 to put into play. It can be used 4 times as an action. Spend 1 charge and fight. This attack uses willpower instead of combat and deals +1 damage. If we pull any of the symbols except for the Elder Sign, well, yeah, during the attack we take a horror. Ugh. Okay, and he gets a resource back. Okay, that ends the upkeep phase. We'll go back around now to the next Mythos phase. Yes, step 1, add a Doom. We're up to 4 of 5. Next turn, or next round, that is going to flip over, and I'm sure things will get even worse than they already are. Okay, time to draw encounter cards. Off to Jenny. Okay, what has Jenny got? Cursed Swamp. Treachery, Hazard, Revelation. Test willpower against 3. For each point you fail, take 1 damage. If you're at a bayou location, you can't commit cards. Well, now we can. But will we want to? So we are going to be 3 against 3, so we need to pull a 0 or better. Is there anything here that I'd be willing to use against that? The only things I could use would be Hot Streak, which I don't really want to give up, because that'll give her, well, I mean, you spend 3. You need 3 resources to do it, but then you get 10 back, so for a net gain of 7. And I think she's going to need those. Double or Nothing is going to make it actually super hard. And I don't know if I want to use Unexpected Courage here. Yeah, we're just going to do it and risk taking a wee bit of damage. She hasn't taken any physical damage yet. She's still at a full health of 8. So we are hoping for 0 or better. Yikes. -3. Ouch. So she's going to take a hit of 3, putting her down to 5. So she's at 5 and 5 now. And it doesn't look like she's going to fight anything, so she's going to take more mental damage. Blech. Well, Cursed Swamp goes away. Now let's see what Pete draws. Okay, something easy for Pete? Oh, hell no. Dark Young Host. Got a combat of 4. Oh, 5 HP and evade of 2. Monster, Dark Young. Spawn any bayou location. Well, it's not going to engage with Pete right away, anyhow. Um, well, let's see what else it says before we decide where to put it. Forest. When one or more clues are placed on the Dark Young host's location, place those clues on the Dark Young host. Forest. When the host is defeated, move all of those clues. Yeah, move all those clues to its location. Okay, so something is possibly going to make clues appear on the Dark Young. Okay, I just got to think about where this is going to go. Well, got a monster for Jenny to potentially fight. On the other hand, that's going to be really difficult to fight. So I kind of want to put off encountering this for now. Because yeah, even if she fights it, it's going to take ages. I suppose she and Pete could gang up on it potentially. All right, it's probably foolish. I'm gonna take a chance. Gonna put it in Forgotten Marsh for Jenny to go after. No, wait, let me think about that for a minute. Depends how quickly Pete's going to get around. No, I'm actually going to put it far away because I don't want to deal with it right now. Just have to hope that a slightly easier monster shows up in the next turn or two for Jenny to go after, because, yeah, it's going to take us a while to get stuff done up there so that we can actually both move to the same space with the Dark Young and beat the tar out of it anyway. So yeah, we're going to put it down. Yeah, we're going to put it down there. You know what? I have rethought this because I can get them to both do... Yeah, they're going to swap locations and do stuff. Yes, I rethought it. We're going to put it there. Jenny's probably not going to fight it this turn, but it'll be there for her to fight next turn and hopefully slow down her the curse that is driving her a little bit crazy. So, that was the Mythos phase. On to the Investigator phase, and we'll see what Jenny's going to do. Alright, Jenny is going to do some clue hunting. She is going to move to the Twisted Underbrush, which we can do because it shows that this symbol connects to, well, we connect to this symbol, which is this card here as well as itself. And for her next action, she is going to attempt to pick up one of those clues. That will be a Shroud of 3 versus her 3 intellect. What we're going to do to increase our chances a little bit is, because she's mostly not running away from monsters, I'm going to use this Think on Your Feet for an extra, oh come on, focus you, an extra intellect. So we're going to discard that and actually be doing this at a 4 versus 3. So please, -1 or better. +1. She's picked up one of the clues. So she can now go engage with the Rougarou. And maybe we can see what the other way is once we do so. Alright. Third action, she's going to try to get the other one. She has, this might be foolish, but we're going to spend her other Think on Your Feet to make it a 4 intellect check versus 3 again. And okay, what do we have? Hey, Elder Sign. That is a +1 for each resource we have. Well, she has none. It's going to be 0, but that's okay. It, yeah, that still leaves her at 4 versus the Shroud of 3. So she has picked up the other. Now she's got a 4th action. She can't actually spend these cards. I'm not going to bother picking up a resource because it's just going to get eaten up when she passes through there eventually. So let's, I don't want to put her in there yet because it's just going to, yeah, I mean, she'll fight it, not get a sanity hit at the end, but then get hit for 2 sanity from the monster itself. So I think we are going to, yeah, we're going to draw a card. And she got manual dexterity, which is good for 2 agility points. Maximum 1 committed per skill test. If this test is successful, draw a card. Too easy. Alright, that's it for Jenny. Now Pete. Okay, for his first action, Pete is going to gain a resource, putting him back up to 5 resources. For his second action, oh, forgot to exhaust Jenny, he is going to move around to the trapper's cabin. And then we're going to try, we're going to spend 5 resources. We still have to pass the test. Yeah, we may. Yeah, we're gonna have to spend a card just to make sure we can do it. Test 2 intellect versus 3. I think unfortunately we still have to spend them and then see if we succeed or not. Let me think. So yes, the only thing we can spend is because yeah, his intellect is 2, so this could be hard. But I think we need to try. We gotta take some horrible risks in this game. So we're going to spend the emergency aid and give him another intellect point. So he's doing, it's a 3 versus 3. So, all right, let's see. Okay. And not looking. -2. Nope. That was a total failure. And he used up all his resources. But had to try. Alright, that is it for the investigations. Now we move on to the enemy phase. Neither of the critters is a hunter, so they are just going to stay where they are, which will put us into the upkeep phase. And yes, we'll just refresh Jenny. Oh, that's, did she, oh no, she forgot to give her another sanity damage at the end of her turn. We're going to stick it on Leo DeLuca. It doesn't say it's direct horror, so we can redirect it to Leo. That's the only one we can redirect to him without him dying on us and losing our 4th action. Did she do 4 actions? Yes, she did. She moved, she got the 2 clues, she drew a card. That's right. Alright, so, yeah, upkeep. Nothing to unexhaust, so we're just going to draw cards and resources. Alright, Jenny first, going to draw a new card. Sure Gamble. Fortune Insight. Fast. Oh, play after you reveal a Chaos token with a negative modifier and switch that negative to a positive. It costs 2 to play. And she's going to get 2 resources, which she's probably going to lose next episode when she, well, hopefully passes through the Forgotten Marsh after attacking the Dark Young and hopefully killing it. Now, Pete, he's not going to get any resources because he's at the Trapper's Cabin, but we'll see what card he draws. Alright, Pete draws... Oops. Fast, play after you fail a skill test by 2 or less while attacking an enemy engaged with you. Deal this attack's damage to a different enemy at your location. Okay. So, you fail to hit it, but if there's another monster there, you do get to hit it. We don't have that situation anywhere, so that's probably not going to happen. Alright, we'll zoom out and wrap up this episode. Okay, so things are not going super well. Be better if Pete had managed to pick up that bear trap, because it'd be great to get that onto the Rougarou, because it'd make it a lot easier to deal with. It's going to take many turns to be successful at that, so we may have to just let it be. Yeah, I have no idea if putting the Dark Young host here was a good idea or not, because he may be very hard to kill, but next turn I'm hoping both of our heroes will go into that space and just gang up on it. Just have Jenny go in guns a-blazing and Pete go in with Duke to get it out of the way, and hopefully avoiding Jenny taking any more horror damage from her curse. It's hard to say how this is going to go, besides poorly. Alright, well, we'll see what happens next time. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for liking the videos, both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time for yet another round of Arkham Horror, the card game. So long.